Hey guys, Dina Frank here with RE/MAX Results, the pro team. And in this video I want to talk about working with sellers and kind of the selling process and why I enjoy working with sellers. I've had the opportunity to work with a few sellers in different circumstances, and one of the things that I really enjoy about working with sellers is that there's usually a life circumstance change that is creating the reason to sell. Whether you are, possibly in a new relationship, so you need more space, maybe you're adding to your family or adding a pet and you want a bigger yard, a different school district, or more parks, more access to easy access to freeways, or maybe your family is all grown up and you don't need so much space, so you want to downsize. I think, selling is a lot of times the more stressful side of the transaction, just because, you've likely lived in a place for a few years, so there might be some emotional attachment there. And I think that's important to talk about and address, because a lot of times, I think that gets lost in the transaction. It just becomes about, how much money can I make, and maybe, and just having those emotional attachments. And so I like to address that and really talk about that, and maybe kind of interpret what the reason why you're selling and what you're looking for in your next home, or your next phase of life, that will kind of fill that same feeling for you, that feeling of home. So when it comes to selling, usually the first step is to get a competitive market analysis. And what that is just kind of looking at homes in your area that have sold recently or are on the market, and kind of bringing you to a list price. And that's just recommended on the current market. So one thing I think that a lot of sellers sometimes don't prepare enough for is kind of the timeline, because there is usually some kind of work that goes into selling, whether that's small cosmetic updates, decluttering, some curb appeal stuff, or like in Minneapolis and St. Paul and some of the surrounding suburbs, there's a truth in sales inspection that needs to be done. And so kind of walking through everything that needs to be done before actually going on the market is something that is a lot of times maybe not thought about from the seller's perspective. And so I always like to kind of come in and just give you a no obligation competitive market analysis, kind of walk through maybe some small changes that you can make to really get the highest bang for your buck on the sale of your home. So it's really about building that relationship and understanding what you want to get out of the transaction, and kind of what that next step in life is for you, and understanding why you're selling is something that is really fun to be a part of. And one of my biggest things, one of my cornerstones of my business is building those relationships. So not just selling your home and then kind of walking away. I want to stay in touch, see what's going on, and just kind of get an understanding of where your life is headed. So if you need to sell your home, and right now, this video will probably get outdated soon, but right now selling it's a hot seller's market. So if you've been considering selling, I would highly suggest reaching out, getting a competitive market analysis. It's no obligation. It doesn't rope you into having to sell your home. It just kind of gives you an idea of, in the current market, what your house would be sold for. So that's kind of my little snippet about working with sellers. And then moving forward, any content that I create that is focused around sellers, so whether that's some tips and tricks, staging, decluttering, those truth in sales reports, anything that's kind of focused on the selling aspect, I will put on this page. And so you'll kind of have a library of videos. So when you're getting ready to sell, you can kind of reference some of these videos, and hopefully these tips will help you. So if you, like I said, if you're considering selling, I'd be happy to shoot you over a competitive market analysis for free. No obligation. And, you know, we can go from there and kind of see what your timeline looks like and what you're looking for. So have a great day or week or month or a year whenever I talk to you. And yeah, enjoy your day and look forward to working with you.